Knox. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We will now call this meeting to order. Do a little sound check here. Is everybody okay? Can y'all hear me okay? All right, sounds good. Thank you. Welcome everybody to our City Commission meeting. We will start with roll call with District 1.
DeAndre Knoxon, District 1.
Keith Love, District 2.
Dedrick Johnson, Mayor.
Abel Garza, Commissioner at Large.
Jamie Clark, District 4.
All right, let the record reflect that we have 5 of the 7 commission members present. We do have a quorum established. At this time, we will move on with the invocation. We're happy to have with us today Pastor Terry Melanson of Come and See Ministries. And Pastor Melanson, after we have the pledges, you can feel free to share any announcements you have with the citizens of Texas City. We'll be led in the pledges by Commissioner Knoxon following your invocation. Let's stand.
Father God, we thank you for this day that you've given us and for life itself. To be able to acknowledge how much you've been gracious to us, your mercy today. And Father, we just thank you for allowing us to come together. It would not happen if it had not been for your grace today. So as we come together, I ask that you would invoke your presence in this place and that you, oh God, would allow everyone in here to be able to see and to hear what is being said today. I pray that you would allow the commission, the mayor, I thank you for allowing them to do what they do, to bring the city to a whole nother level. Lord God, I just give you the glory, the honor, and the praises for everything that you've done. It is in Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to the United States of Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Pastor Melanson?
My church is a small church within the community here, but we're trying to do large things. We try to reach those that most others can't reach, that are in destitute situations. What we do is we try to reach out and get those that are homeless, that are on the streets, that you walk by and that you don't say anything to. We try to bring them in. We try to nurture them. We try to feed them and teach them through the Word of God. We try to help them to get back on their feet, to get things such as ID cards, Social Security cards, and other things that they need while reaching out into the community and doing other things. We also try to reach those who have been incarcerated that come out that also needs assistance, family members who have not helped them and won't help them. So we try to pull it all together and do our part so that as a whole, working together with other churches, that we can help develop this community. And that's what we do at Come and See Friends Church. Thank you.
Thank you so much. At this time, we are up to proclamations and presentations. We do have a few that we will be acknowledging today. First, we want to give service awards to Mr. Gerard Jackson of the wastewater treatment plant. Mr. Jackson has been with us for 10 years. Then we have Mr. John Karn. John Karn of the wastewater treatment plant has also been with us for 10 years. Mr. Brian Fletcher of the Texas City Fire Department has been with us for 20 years. And Ms. Michelle Mancias, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Ms. Michelle has been with us for 20 years. Come on up, Michelle. Is Michelle here?
Yes.
Come on up, Michelle. And for those of you who may have missed it on social media, while we have had many firefighters reach the 20-year mark, Miss Michelle is the first female firefighter who has reached that mark. And so she is making history with us here in Texas City. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Proud of you.
Congratulations, way to go. Thank you, thank you. Oh.
Come on over here. Usually we give people token of appreciation for this milestone, and she came up here and gave us something. That's just like Michelle. So thank you again. If you have some special guests you'd like to acknowledge, you can do so at
Yes,
this
my
time.
parents are here, Anita and Lee Rosales, and my nephew who's going to be a firefighter soon, Noah, and my sister Tammy. Well, my other sister Lisa's not here. My sister Tammy, my husband Ray Daniel, and my sons Joseph and Daniel Lee are there. So I'd like to thank them, and I obviously have more family that aren't here, but I'd like to thank them all for being there for me, and like I've said before, arranging schedules around my days. Back in the day when I used to have to work at Christmas. Now that I'm older, I don't have to. Things like that, they would always move their schedule around me. And I just wanted to I'll also thank my coworkers in the city, because if I didn't work here, I wouldn't have made 20 years, right? So I'd like to thank everybody for that. And also, my chief, he's here. I almost missed him. Thank you. And I'd like to recite a prayer that I actually wrote. There's a Saint Florian, who's the firefighter saint for firefighters. There's always called the fireman's prayer. Well, I'm a woman, right? So you would also see the firefighter's prayer, but I kind of rearranged it, and I call it the St. Florian Firefighter Prayer. If I can borrow the little coin real quick, because I wrote it on here. Okay. It says, St. Florian, accompany and protect all firefighters for the duration of their shifts. May they always embody your dedication and their strength never be cast adrift. Guide them as they tend to others during the day and night. We pray that all of their decisions always reflect what is right. Lead them as they fight fires and keep the flames at bay. If they are in darkness, we pray that you lead the way. If a firefighter is called to be directly by your side, may you wipe all of the tears that their loved ones have cried. Amen. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Ms. Michelle. We appreciate you. Our communications department has done a great job featuring you. And if you haven't seen the special feature on social media, you need to take a look at it. What an awesome story you have, and those who have influenced your career, your family, your nephew, your uncle, and things like that. It's just
And there's more here that I didn't mention, but I think they know who they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you once again. And last but not least, we have Mr. Charles Gurnia of the Public Works Department. Mr. Charles has also made 20 years. Let's give a round of applause for all of the people who've reached. We're now up to reports. We will hear our annual report from our annual Bayou Golf Course report from Mr. Mike Skiba, our golf pro.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, and staff. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael Skiba, and I'm the head golf professional at Bayou Golf Course. Now I'll go ahead and get started with this year's annual golf report. First, I want to start off with the Golf Now report. That's our online booking engine that we use at Bayou Golf Course. This year, or this past calendar year, 2025, we did a total of 2,567 rounds, a total of $77,372.54 in total revenue, with an average rate per round of $30.14 per round. If you look over here at the top right corner, we got a map up here that shows where all of our customers are booking from online. The majority of them are in the Houston area, but we do get some folks who book from outside the state, and that's really what Golf Now does. In my opinion, they get us on the map and let people know where we are. Next, I want to talk about our major tournaments of the year. First, we have our Chamber Golf Classic with 440 total players. This is a 2-day event with 4 total flights. Next is our Dow Winter Golf Classic with 148 golfers. And then we did a total of 22 total golf tournaments in 2025 with 2,055 total golfers in all of our tournaments. So 9 of those tournaments were hosted by Texas City High School. There was 645 golfers in all 9 of those events, which averaged out to 71 golfers per tournament. So Garrett Buchel is the Texas City High School golf coach. I can't thank him enough for all the support that he gives us out there at Bayou Golf Course. He has really pushed these tournaments and is getting a lot of schools from outside of the area, Crosby, Huntsville, driving a long way to come play Bayou Golf Course. So I can't thank Garrett Buchel enough for his support. Next, I want to talk a little bit about our First Tee program at Bayou Golf Course. This program was implemented back in 2017. The main focus that the First Tee really focuses on is these young kids growing as young adults, life skills, ethics, things of that nature. They do learn the basic, rules of golf and techniques, things of that nature, driving, chipping, putting. They do practice on those things, but really the main focus is life skills. Some of their main accomplishments in 2025 were 7 of the First Tee members from Bayou Golf Course participating in the local qualifier of the drive, chip, and putt competition. 2 of these members qualified to participate in the regional qualifier, which is a huge accomplishment. Next is 5 of our high school participants made the varsity golf team, 3 from Clear Lake High School and 2 from Clear Creek High School. So that's really, really great to be able to make your varsity high school golf team. Okay, the fun stuff, all the numbers. This is a revenue and rounds report with a fiscal year 2024-25 there at the bottom. This is a goal that I have been working towards for a very long time. We finally reached we surpassed $1 million in total revenue out at Bayou Golf Course, which is great. Thank you. The main number that I really focus on is the number below that, 34,027 rounds. That's the number I really focus on. And if you look up above, it shows where we're currently at in the 25-26 fiscal year from October through the end of February. We're at $430,319.47 with 14,048 rounds. More good news, we are $85,000 ahead from October 1 through February 28th, opposed to last year, and we're 2,500 rounds ahead of that as well. So right now I'm hoping to surpass the amount that we did last year, hopefully reaching 1.2, possibly even, or 1.1, possibly even $1.2 million in revenue, and hopefully reaching a 37 or 38,000 round full fiscal year round count. So that's my goal for the rest of this year, and I can't thank Ms. Miller for all her support. Without her, I don't think I could be able to do it by myself. So she's been a huge help ever since she took over as Parks Director back in, I think, October of 2024. So can't thank her enough. Go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, this is something else that's new. The City of Texas City and Bayou Golf Course is going to host its first golf tournament that we've ever done before. We're going to call it the Red, White, and Bayou Golf Classic. This is going to take place on July 3rd and July 4th. We're going to have 3 shotguns. The first shotgun will be July 3rd at 7:30 a.m. and then 1 p.m. for the second flight that day. And then July 4th, we'll have 1 morning flight at 7:30. We will have a 4-person scramble format. It'll be $600 per team. We will award first, second, and third place prizes for each flight. We're going to have some cool things going on out there at certain holes. One is a $10,000 hole-in-one contest that will be held on hole 5. I'm sure you're all wondering what a Chubbs Challenge is. Bear with me. This is something different as well. So on hole 18, I don't know if any of you have ever been out to hole 18, we're going to give the golfers the option to either play the hole normally or they're going to be able to fish. We're going to have fishing poles out there. If you catch 0 fish, it's okay. You still get a par on the hole. If you catch 1 fish, you'll receive a birdie. If you catch 2 or more fish, you'll receive an eagle, which is a really good score. So that's what the Chubbs Challenge is. We're going to have a golf cart hole-in-one contest on hole 13. We're going to have a Happy Gilmore long drive contest on hole 8. We're going to have a veteran appreciation hole on hole 14, which is where we're going to allow veterans to tee off from the 100-yard marker, give them a little boost to show the appreciation to them. And we're going to have a close to the pin competition on hole number 16. So really looking forward to that event. Looking to get a lot of players out there and host it for our first annual Red, White, and Bayou Golf Classic. Next is Bayou Birdies, which is our snack bar vendor. They've been with us since August of 2024. The three owners of this company is Brian Hayes, Evelyn Hayes, and Jonathan Shabatoni. Can't thank them enough for all the support they've given me. They've been really easy to work with. Their menu items here have stayed pretty consistent over this 16-month span. We've had breakfast items such as breakfast tacos, breakfast sandwiches, appetizers, snack items such as fries, onion rings, cheese sticks. A grab-and-go menu is basically where if you're making the turn from 9 to 10 and you don't want to sit down and eat, you can just grab like a turkey sandwich or a hot dog, something quick to where you can go in there, grab it, and go ahead to 10 T-Bucks. So they also offer some main entree items such as hamburgers, crispy chicken sandwiches, club sandwiches, etc., with a pretty wide list of beer and wine items as well. So they've been with us for about 16 months, I believe, 17 months, and they've been doing a really good job. Got a lot of support from them. Okay, more fun stuff. So, Mayor and Commissioners, I can't thank you all enough for the approval of these 2026 EFI gas golf carts. They're going to be pretty snazzy. I have two pictures up here because it's a combination of the two the carts will be receiving. It's the same color. The roof will be beige. The seat will be beige, brownish, and then the rain cover will be beige. If you look at the bottom where the rims are, we'll be receiving the rim that's at the left-handed picture, although they will be gold. And then the main difference of the two carts, if you see the cart on the left-hand side, that's your basic seat. What we will be receiving is called a touring seat, which is the seat on the right-hand side. It's much more comfortable, provides a much smoother ride for our members and guests, so I know they'll be excited about that. Okay. And finally, I just wanted to shoot a huge thank you to our Public Works team. They helped us repair our pump house, which is the picture on the right-hand side, fixing the siding and the windows. They really repaired that quick, fast, and in a hurry. They did such a great job. And also, back in September of 2025, we got a new pump station, or got two new pumps with a new pump jockey. This basically allows us to properly water the golf course, keep our fairways greens, and tee boxes watered appropriately. So that's huge. This was installed by Pumps, Motors, and Controls. And I think that's the last slide. Yes. Thank you all for your time. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Skiba. Commissioners, any questions of Mr. Skiba?
Great job, Mike.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very
For
much.
that Chubb's challenge, are we gonna have animal control or
Sorry.
emergency services on standby? You know, Chubb lost his man.
We will. I agree. We'll probably need to plan for that. We got a few months ahead, but yes, that's something that we'll definitely be looking into.
Mr. Skiba, you may want to think about considering changing the name to Country Club instead of Bayou Golf Course. It's Bayou Country Club or something.
Absolutely. Moving forward every day. So yes, sir. Thank you guys for your time.
Great job, though. Thank you. All right, that concludes our reports for this meeting. At this time, we will move up to our public hearing. In our public hearing, we will first have item 6A as we open this public hearing at 5:18. Public hearing for comments on the zoning change of 4600 FM 646 from District O, open space, to District SP for site plan. We'll hear from our city engineer and planner, Ms. Kim Golden.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners. So this is the 9.876 acres located at 4600 FM 646. It's currently operating as iStorage. It was formerly known as Blue Sky Storage. They operate a combination of enclosed mini warehouses, covered but not enclosed storage, and then some open storage. They're currently zoned to open space. Open space does not allow any of these uses, as an allowed use. Basically, we're given that zoning designation when they were annexed, I guess, a little over 20 years ago. But the reason it's having to change is TxDOT is coming through with the expansion of 646 and is acquiring additional right-of-way. And so, long story short, they're going to have to get a building permit to make some of the adjustments to their buildings that are required because of the taking. And to get the building permit, they have to come into zoning compliance. And so that's why they're coming through and getting zoned to the proper designation for the use that they're currently doing so that they can continue to do it. And part of the compensation they'll be getting from TxDOT will be to cover the cost of the changes they're gonna have to be making because of the zoning change and other things. So, they've been through the planning board, they've been to the zoning commission where a, public hearing was held. Both of those bodies recommended it to you for approval. And then, we're at the hearing stage right now. And I'm glad to answer any questions.
Ms. Golden, who did you say was going to assume the financial responsibility for the cost of the changes?
So when a state body comes through and takes your property, the law requires that they give you what's called just compensation. And an element of just compensation includes paying you for the damage and the impact that happens to your property because of the taking. And so TxDOT's not gonna pay for it to us directly or to their contractor directly. TxDOT, in the number it will be paying them, will be considering the cost of things they're having to change because of this.
Got it. Commissioners, any questions of Ms. Golden on this agenda item? All right, thank you. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak in opposition of this particular zoning change? If you wish to speak in opposition, you can make your way to the podium. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak in favor of this zoning change? Go ahead and state your full name for the record, sir.
Yes, my name is Jeff Boutte. I'm with EHRA Engineering, so we're the applicant on this particular case. Good evening, Mayor, Commission members. We just want to let you know we're here to answer any questions you might have during the public hearing or during the discussion of the actual zoning item. And there's also a representative from the property owner here as well to answer your questions if any come up.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else here who wishes to speak in favor of this zoning change request? Commissioners, does anybody have any questions of the gentleman? Okay, thank you very much. We're going to move on to the next public hearing item. Item 6B, which states public hearing for comments on the zoning change of 5741 FM 646 from District O open space to District SP site plan. Ms. Golden?
Yes, Mayor, Commissioners. So this is a 7.54 acre site located at 5741 FM 646. It is also operating and has been operating as a self-storage with open storage as well. It actually began as a code enforcement case several years ago, and either 2 or 3 property owners ago. It started because the property owner at the time was wanting to sell, and the buyer at that time wanted a pre-sale certificate of occupancy inspection. And so when the city went about that, there were a number of code violations that were found: building code, fire code, and then also the zoning non-compliance. In the course of time, all the building code violations have been resolved, the fire code violations have been resolved, and TxDOT came along and did the whole taking thing again. And so that brought another layer to it. They are going to have to make some adjustments to their buildings, move some things back from the property line. And so in bringing this forward to you as a zoning case, we are kind of doing 2 things. We're bringing them into compliance because of the code violations that were found, but then also we're reconciling so that they can get a building permit to make the changes that are required because of the taking. Went through the same process: planning board, zoning commission. A public hearing was held at the zoning commission. There were no objections. Both of those bodies have voted to recommend it to you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Golden. Commissioners, any questions of Ms. Golden on this agenda item? So these were literally 2 similar type businesses on the same thoroughfare?
South of it, and the other one's north of it. One of them's at the west boundary line, and the other one is just off of 146.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone in the audience present who would like to speak in opposition of this zoning request? Is there anyone in the audience present who would like to speak in favor of this zoning request?
Hello, good evening. I'm Miles Huntington with Kinley Horn. Thanks to Kim and team for helping us work through a lot of the items that, the code violations and fire items that were left with the previous owners and that we're looking to and excited to move forward with. Happy to address any questions that you'll have.
Thank you very much, sir. Commissioners, any questions of this gentleman? All right. Now, last and final item in our public hearing is 6C. 6C, which states public hearing for comments on the update to the Cobblestone subdivision master plan and PUD amendment from A&S Engineers.
Thank you, Mayor. So the original master plan for Cobblestone subdivision was approved in the PUD by the City Commission in September of 2018 after the public hearing and all the appropriate processes at that time. The first two sections were built in accordance with that. Then two sections that would have been 5 and 6 were sold to the Dickinson ISD, and a junior high has now been built there. The master plan as originally approved had about 250, a little over 250 houses that were going to be constructed in those sections 5 and 6. But now there's a school there instead. And so it was appropriate to update the master plan to reflect that change in the number of houses and in the lot mix. And yes, this is the one to Shulman or Mari. So this amendment is only going to pertain to the sections that have not yet been built. So it's not going to change sections 1 and 2 that are already built at all. They're going to stay the way they are. This is going to apply to what will be sections 3 and 4, what have always been sections 3 and 4. And it is changing the lot configuration a very little bit. It's changing the size of the park a very little bit. It's accommodating the actual size of the detention pond that had to be built, and just basically updating to actual conditions. But in terms of the aesthetics of the original PUD, that's still carrying through. The overall density is the same. There's a table in the PUD and also attached to your agenda that shows the new lot mix and the old lot mix yield the same density. And it's updating the development schedule. The original development schedule, the park was supposed to be constructed with section 2. It didn't get constructed with section 2. It's going to be constructed with the next section that gets platted, which is probably actually going to be number 4. Number 4 is the one that is closest to Central Park Boulevard. And that's why it's going to be constructed first, is because it's, the boulevard's already in place there. So part of what changed between the original plan and this one is that, when there wasn't a school there, you didn't need to build Central Park Boulevard all the way through. Well, one of the conditions the school imposed is that they wanted Central Park Boulevard built first. So when they built Central Park Boulevard all the way through, instead of just in stages, they were able to do some things differently. One of the things they were able to do was to extend the sewer main all the way to serve the entire property. And that enabled them to eliminate a lift station, which is about $1 million savings to those property owners. Doesn't make any difference to the developer. Developers getting reimbursed by the MUD. It's making a big developer to what the property owners are going to be paying through their MUD taxes. It yielded a few additional lots, not a lot, but it did save a lot of money. And then we've also now got a firm schedule on the park. The developer is working on his plans for the park and is moving forward with both the park and the next section at the same time.
Where's the park located? Is that number 2 green lot there or somewhere else?
It's there about in the middle where you see that little green triangle. So that's actually a detention pond, and the park is around that. And the park's going to have a nice walking trail around. It's going to have a lot of nice landscaping. One of the things that changed was there was a splash pad in the original plan. That's being changed to a pickleball court. for several reasons. One, when you have a standalone splash pad without a swimming pool or anything, the maintenance and the cleanliness of the splash pad becomes kind of questionable because you don't have like all the chemicals and everything to keep it really clean. It also is seasonal, it's not really useful all year round, whereas the pickleball courts are useful all year round. Also, splash pads tend to be for kind of a limited age group, and the pickleball courts have become multi-generational. And basically, they just reflect kind of the new, what young families are looking for.
Okay. Commissioners, you have any questions of Ms. Golden on this item?
Yes, sir, Mayor. You mentioned something about a lift station. It was approved back in 2018, but now it doesn't have to be done because of the school stepping in?
Well, because when the school came in, the priority was given to building Central Park all of the way through. And so instead of having to build, it's a matter of like when it came online. And so we're gonna need the lift station to be able to get sewer to some of them before you sent Central Park Boulevard all the way through. But since we now have the main going all the way through, you didn't need that lift station.
And
It was a timing thing, it wasn't really a capacity thing.
And the contractual engineer who represents the city agrees that we do not need a lift station?
So we did not ask to have a specific study done of that. We consult with them on a daily basis about a whole lot of different things, but we did not have a specific study done about that. The design engineer who has stamped the plans for the developer is the one that has, confirmed the re-engineering. Myself and the former city engineer have reviewed it, and we concur in the change and that it's a good idea. Mm-hmm.
Any other questions, commissioners? Is there any member of the audience here who wishes to speak in opposition of this resubmitting of a master plan? Is there anyone who wishes to speak in favor of this resubmittal?
Hello, my name's Teddy Awad. I'm with A&S Engineers, the design engineering company that did the design for Cobblestone. I'm here to answer any other questions you guys might have. I want to give a special thank you to Ms. Kim Golden for really helping us out with this process. I concur with everything that was said so far about the lift station changes. The park location is the one held within that U-shaped detention pond, so it'll have a nice overlook on the water as well. So if there's any additional questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you, sir. Commissioners, any questions of this gentleman? Thank you very much. That concludes all of the items on this public hearing.
I move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Motion has been made by Commissioner Clark to close the public hearing, seconded by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. And thank you for those of you who came to speak either in opposition or in favor of the public hearing. I just wanted to insert a little commentary there, that's what we do when we have new developments. We have public hearings that are open to the public, that the public can come and speak for or against these items, and then the commission will then make a decision. So thank you for that part of the process. We're now moving on to the preliminary zoning approval based on these items. Item 7A, we will consider and take action on the update of the Cobblestone subdivision master plan that we just heard about and PUD amendment from A&S Engineers. Commissioners, do you have any additional questions on that agenda item?
Mayor, I do want to mention that at the public hearing for Cobblestone, there were some residents who showed up at the zoning commission. The notice of the zoning commission meetings are mailed out to property owners within 200 feet of the affected property. So we had about 101 letters that were mailed out. We had 4, 5, 6, no more than 10 who came to the zoning commission meeting, heard the report. There were some questions. They identified a drainage concern that we're going to be looking at that doesn't have anything to do with this change. But basically, at the end of the meeting, after the public hearing was closed by the zoning commission, the zoning commissioners voted to recommend approval of this change for you all.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Golden. I'm sorry I got a little bit ahead of myself, so let you start off with it. All right, so recommended for approval by the zoning commission after surrounding neighbors were notified, as is the case with all of our developments. Any other questions, commissioners?
I move to approve.
Motion has been made to approve by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Commissioner Keith Love. Any further discussion? All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. We're now to 7B, item 7B, which will consider and take action on the zoning change of 9.876 acres located at 4600 FM 646, changing from District O open space to District SP site plan to operate iStorage, a self-storage facility including outdoor storage. Ms. Golden?
Yes, sir, Mayor. This one went through the same process, first with the planning board. Planning board reviewed and approved the site plan. It then went to the zoning commission. Notice was mailed out to surrounding property owners. I don't remember the exact number, but it was less than a dozen. Nobody showed up. There were no comments in opposition, and the zoning commission voted to recommend this to you.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, any further questions?
Motion to approve, Mayor.
Second.
A motion has been made by Commissioner Garza to approve this agenda item, seconded by Commissioner Clark. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Item 7C, to consider and take action on the zoning change of 7.54 acres located at 5741 FM 646 from District O open space to District SP site plan to operate a self-storage facility with outdoor storage. Ms. Golden?
Yes, sir, Mayor. So this one went to the planning board to review and approve the site plan. It actually went twice, because the first one that we took was before it had been adjusted for the anticipated changes that are going to be required because of the tanking. So rather than have to bring it back again, that we went ahead and ran the site plan through the planning board again. So site plan got approved twice by the planning board. The most recent, the most revised is the one that's in front of you. And that's the one that went to the zoning commission. The zoning commission held a meeting, notice was mailed to adjacent property owners. Again, it was a handful, maybe 5 or 6. Nobody came to the meeting, there was no opposition. The zoning commission voted to recommend this to you for your approval.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Golden. Commissioners, any further questions on this agenda item?
Second.
Motion has been made to approve by Commissioner Knoxon. That motion was seconded by Commissioner Love. All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much, Ms. Golden. All right. We are now up to item 8 on the agenda, up to public comments. We've had one person submit a form request to address the commission. We'll hear from Mr. Jose Boix at this time. Just a reminder, we have up to 3 minutes to address the commission. Please state your full name for the record.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson and Commissioners. My name is Jose Boix. I've lived in Texas City since 1965. I just have a couple of comments and questions about consent agenda item 9C. I normally tend to read those things, and it seems like when posting official documents open for community information and understanding, the established practice is to describe technical acronyms. As such, I had to do some digging to find out what the city ERP and the ARPA funds are. When I read the thing, I wasn't sure. So in digging those things in the internet, found out that the city's ERP is called the Enterprise Resource Planning. And according to the narrative, the system has been outdated, fragmented, and no longer meets operational needs. and the request was $152,100 to taken by the city's general fund. To add confusion to this request, the posting narrative states that additionally, the city has ARPA funds available that can be used for this project. However, then they said the federal requirements, and so on and so forth, that you had to do it by a certain date, December 31st, and so on and so forth. So based on that, I have three main questions and comments. The first one, the ERP has been outdated and fragmented and no longer meets the need. As such expense should have been part of the strategic planning and the budget that the commissioners approved, because that's been around for apparently some time. So now it appears that by the reading of this post is a critical expense, which when you read it is not. Number two, I understand that the ERP systems are generally fee-based platforms. So will we be looking at added annual fees to that expenditure? And number three, the posted RFQ includes a detailed cost that totals $156,000 plus an estimated travel expense of $7,200, making the actual total cost $163,200 versus the requested $152,100. So there is something, I mean, maybe my math is totally wrong, but the paper is pretty clear. So I ask our commission to please evaluate my comments, questions before considering acting on this matter today. Respectfully submitted, we thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Boyks. We appreciate it. And for the record, when we post our things on the agenda, we will try to be more elaborative when we are using acronyms and initials. We know that everyone in the city may not know certain acronyms that are commonplace to us, so we will do a better job in writing those out at least the first time. That was the only request that I have to address the commission. At this time, we will move on to the consent agenda. Commissioners, you have before you items 9A, B, and C for your consideration. If you would like any of those pulled for further discussion, you can do so at this time.
I'd like to pull item C, please.
Okay?
I'd like to pull item B.
Item B, okay?
Make a motion to approve 9A.
All right. Motion has been made by Commissioner Keith Love to approve 9A and seconded by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item 9B states that we will consider and take action on resolution number 2026-030, authorizing the purchase of annual radio airtime for government users from Galveston County Emergency Communication District. We will hear from Mr. Kyle Hunter, Innovation and Technology.
This is a little bit of housekeeping. As you see, the amount is over 50. I think it was like 49, 48 last year because it went over the $50,000 threshold. We're here to put it in front of commission to get y'all's blessing. These are the radios that the police and fire carry in emergency management that they use for communication. Take any questions.
So the only reason this is on the agenda is because it's an increase in cost, right? By $3,000, but we've done this for years in the past.
Correct.
Commissioners, any other questions?
I move to approve.
Motion has been made to approve this agenda item by Commissioner Clark and seconded by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. All right. Next consent agenda item to consider and take action on resolution number 2026-032, awarding and authorizing the execution of a contract for RFQ 2026-114 ERP Consulting Services. We'll hear from Ms. Cynthia Rushing, our Chief Financial Officer.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. So we have a great opportunity to upgrade our ERP, which is Enterprise Resource Planning, and it's just an integrated system that we have. We keep our financials, HR. It basically serves as one-stop shopping. Today we have as our ERP system Tyler Munis, and we've had Tyler Munis since 2011. We pay $170,000 a year for this software. We also received a grant, the American Rescue
Plan
Act funds, and so those funds will expire at the end of this year. So we don't want to lose that amount of money, and the amount of money that was awarded to us to help with technology improvement is $500,000. We're going to have to upgrade our ERP system. And so it's best for us to have a partner through this grant to help to subsidize the cost of it. But we also want to make sure that we are diligent and intentional when assessing an ERP vendor, an enterprise resource planning vendor. So we partnered with an ERP consulting firm. And this consulting firm, hopefully you got a chance to look at their RFQ, request for qualifications, where you saw the references, all of the cities that they have supported and partnered with. And so this is a great opportunity for us to actually be much more intentional and deliberate in selecting an ERP as opposed to just relying on staff. So that's the background. I'm hoping to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Ms. Rushing. Commissioners, any questions about this agenda item?
I like making things simple. We've done this since 2011. Now we have a chance to spend money that if we don't spend, we're going to lose it. So here's a chance to upgrade a system that we've had for a while.
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
So is it the 152,000 or 163, as Mr. Boyks had said?
So when you look at the fee schedule, there are optional fees. And so the optional fees was not calculated because it's optional. We may not be utilizing that service.
I just want to be clear and let everyone know that this fund is not to replace our ERP. This fund is to hire the consultant that will help us assess the ERPs that are out there for a better decision making.
Correct. So the next steps, if you approve Barry Dunn to assist us, the next step is to have an RFP, which is a request for proposal from ERP vendors. And then the Barry Dunn will be assisting us in looking at the qualifications and assessing the various vendors. And then making sure that what we do select is customized to our own operations.
Thank you, Ms. Rushing. Any further questions or comments?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. A motion has been made by Commissioner Knoxon to approve item 9C, seconded by Commissioner Love. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Rushing. We're up to regular items, 10A. One regular item, to consider and take action on resolution number 2026-031, approval of an interlocal agreement with Galveston County regarding 2025 county bond projects to partially fund improvements to city streets. Ms. Golden?
Commissioners, y'all remember in 2025, the county had a bond proposition on the ballot. It was passed. And this is the interlocal agreement whereby the $8.5 million that has been set aside or outlined for Texas City projects is made available to us. It will be used for 3 projects. One of them is the extension of Central Park Boulevard from Century Boulevard to FM 2004. That is through the property that's was purchased by the Texas City Economic Development Corporation, and they were holding for development. This is going to build the boulevard through that and the drainage system. It will not be building the water or sewer because the developers of the subdivisions will do that. The other project is on Monticello and Amburn, over there by College of the Mainland. It's this part of Monticello between where they're building the library and they've built those new buildings. It's to widen that to 3 lanes based upon a traffic study. Then it's also going to realign the intersection with Amburn and Monticello, which right now, if you go through there, you'll see that it's got an offset. It's going to realign that and put a traffic signal in there. And the third one is to replace the bridge on 9th Street. So those are the 3 projects this money will be allocated toward, and this is the agreement that makes that money available to us.
Thank you, Ms. Golden. Commissioners, any questions of Ms. Golden regarding these county bond projects in the city of Texas City?
Motion to approve.
All right, thank you. Motion has been made to approve by Commissioner Garza, seconded motion by Commissioner Knoxon. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ms. Golden. All right. At this time, we're up to commissioners' comments. We'll start with Commissioner Knoxon. If you have any comments to share with the residents.
Just thank you for all the work you do, and it's nice to see some new faces here at the city commission meetings.
All right. Thank you. Commissioner Love?
No comment.
Comment? Commissioner Garza?
No, don't thank you, Mayor.
Commissioner Clark?
I don't think I have anything. Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here as well. I just want to let people know that the Summer Hire Internship Program will be taking applications real soon. When we post that, we want you to reach out to your college students who may be juniors or seniors or even grad students. We have about 10 positions that will be open throughout the summer where these college students will be able to earn up to a $5,000 scholarship for the successful completion of the internship program in almost all departments of the city. So if you have some nieces and nephews or kids who are in that eligibility status, then let them know to stay tuned to our social media pages and our website for upcoming dates where we'll start taking those applications. I think that's all I may have. I want to ask the staff, all those staff who may be present, who might have any departmental announcements, you can make your way to the podium and share those with us at this time.
Hello, good evening, Mayor, Commissioner, community. Next weekend, we have a lot going on in town, so I'll start off. In the morning, we are hosting the Wounded Warriors Bike Ride. This has become an annual tradition in Texas City, and we're very excited to host it. Next, around 2 o'clock, we are hosting the 409 Face-Off. That's the Texas City Police Department versus the Fire Department, and that's going to be hosted at the Blocker Middle School. And then in the evening, it's an elegant night at the Texas City Art Festival. This is a free event to celebrate our community and art in our city, so be sure to come out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nicole. We appreciate you. Mr. Fuller.
Mayor, Commissioners, city people, Friday we are having a barbecue sale to assist one of our firefighters who had a motorcycle accident right before Thanksgiving. And so we're going to sell sandwiches, pulled pork, chips, and a drink for $10. You can just drive through here in front of the Nestor Center. We'd love to sell out so we can help this young man get back on his feet. So, thank you very much.
What are the times again on that, Mr. Fuller?
11 to 1:30.
11 to 1:30, that's right. Thank you.
Firefighter's name is Isaac Neiman.
Thank you very much. Ms. Kristen Edwards, our EDC Director.
Good evening, Mayor, Commission members, members of the public and staff. This Saturday, we will have Reputation, a Taylor Swift cover band, performing at the 6th Street Community Plaza. This performance is completely free to the public to attend and is part of a monthly concert series that we offer at the plaza. We encourage the entire community to come out and bring your families for a good time.
Thank you very much, Kristen. For those of you who've missed it, we've been having lots of fun at the 6th Street Community Plaza. Compliments of the hard work of the Economic Development Corporation and Kristen and her staff. So stay tuned to social media for that as well. Spring is upon us almost, and the weather's getting a lot better, and so that means more outdoor events for us at the plaza. Anyone else, other staff members?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Motion to adjourn. This meeting's adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you for clarifying that. I didn't know about, it was consulting, not
Oh,
actually.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
good. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks, sir.
Three to sign. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Hey. Good to see you as always.
Sir. What's up?